join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of the July the 5th, 2016 regular meeting for statutory and regular meetings.
I'll move. Second.
Mr. Curry and Mr. Wilkerson, done all yes?
Yes.
Before we get started here, I'd just like to recognize and thank Mr. McKim and the staff here for the retiree activities we had. Very worthwhile, and we enjoyed it. I'm sure they did. That's something, I'm sure we all like to hope that we'll continue, that we honor those that have served us for so many years. So, not to serve us, but serve our students. So, thank you, Ms. McKibb, and Brenda, and Tina, wherever thou art.
She's clearing it up.
We know who, it comes up with the ideas, but we know who, there she is, who's out there doing the things, but we do appreciate you very much. Okay, we're going to public comments, and we have Olive Hager from Hamlin, and she wants to talk about the LCHS tennis court.
Most of you know, we try to get tennis courts repaired or fixed or something. When we played, we were playing Hank High and Cadwell and all those, and we had to have home games because you start at 4 o'clock, you don't get through with 2 courts for them. And then you're kind of ashamed for them to come anyway, so you play them twice. That's one reason. The other reason is they just need to be done. So Dana talked about getting the blacktop, but then when I was looking at it, I don't think there's anything else being done on it right now. So Dana's figured out a lot of it. I don't know what he's figured out how to build one. I just know what it looks like after you get built. So the thing we talked about is we need a fence on it next. I talked to Brian Crisp. He's willing to put up the fence for the new one that we've got there. So the 2 older ones need to be resurfaced. I don't know how many years it's been since they've been resurfaced. So with the playing it, we also need to get something started on the middle schools, feeder schools into it. So our kids pick up a racket 1st of March, and they start playing matches at the 15th, and then they're playing against people who've played since they were that tall. So we don't expect them to win from them. We try to tell them, okay, you just got to work yourself up. We've had a lot of them that have been right up there with them, BJ and Skylar and 1 or 2 girls with it. So, but not all of them. So we need to get feeder schools into this. And every time I asked it, they said, well, can you take the middle school team? Can you do this? And I said, no, I can't do the high school one. So anyway, but I think we could find somebody doing that if the courts are improved. So I've taken to Dana, which I'm always pressing on him to figure out something else. But as far as knowing what we should have, he would have to tell us that, or we'd have to talk to someone. We realize we don't have money to say, okay, let's get an expert that comes in and says, this is what you need, this is what it costs. Our expert's Dana, so we're happy with him. So that's why I just wanted to know what's going on with it and see what we have. And do we need to try to get somebody help as far as somebody donating to it? I don't know what way to go with it, but that's why I'm here. So I'm just saying, where are we? What are we doing on it?
Thank you very much, Olive. We appreciate it.
You want to know anything important? Thanks, Dana.
Thanks very
It's a
much.
general rule.
Okay, we didn't have anyone, no one else sign in except for Olive Hager, and there was no one on our agenda. So we'll go to the administrative section. Could I have a motion?
I move.
Carol made the motion, second by Rowdy. Mr. McGibb.
Okay, item A, out-of-county student transfers for the 2016-2017 school year. Item B is an agreement excuse me, with Dorothy J. Booters to monitor goals, objectives, and activities established in the Education Innovation Zone grant to determine if the project is achieving desired outcomes at Midway and Ranger Elementary Schools according to the terms of the agreement, which is attached. And that's a state grant, right, Neil?
Yes, that's.
Item C, to award a bid for the purchase of an air-cooled screw chiller for replacement of Lincoln County High School at a cost of $114,900 from Mason and Berry Incorporated, according to provisions of State Board Policy 8200 purchasing procedures for local educational agencies. See the attachment, paid for through county funds. This is a chiller that was only 10 years old, that had to be replaced at Lincoln County High School. It's just beyond repair. We thought it would have held up much longer than 10 years, but it's not the case. So
And there are 2 children,
there are 2 chillers over there. So
one of them is bad.
And item D tags on with item C, and that's to award a bid for the installation of the air-cooled screw chiller at Lincoln County High School at a cost of $17,912 to Casto Technical Services, which is attached, also funded through the county. According to the information that Greg Gosling provided me yesterday, he did put a project completion date on that bid when it went out for the installation, and this company has said that they can install that new chiller in a week's time. So we're hopeful that we'll have it up and running before the teachers, before we just return on August the 11th. Fingers crossed.
Now, Jeff, that not have happened with the other chiller, was it functional?
It is functioning, yes. Now, there's been an issue the last week and a half, 2 weeks, with maybe a little longer than that, with the compressor. I think right now they've got, Greg has a plan on how to address that. But right now, the chiller is holding up. I mean, it's keeping the building.
Do you know if one chiller can take care of the whole building?
It has for some time. This other chiller's been down for months, for many months. So, but anyway, we know that we're on borrowed time, so we're waiting. We're hoping to get this other chiller up and running.
But if it went out, we would be in trouble.
We'd be hurt. No question.
Anybody have any other questions or comments about any of those items? Okay, not then. Is that an all yes vote on the administrative item?
Yes. Yes.
The finance section, motion please.
So moved.
Mr. Wilkerson. Second by Mr. Baker. And I think I see Mr. Ellis back there.
Scheduled invoices attached totals $386,590.13. If you'll have a question about any of those, just let me know. Part B, county pension for the following retired employees effective July 1st of this year, paid from excess levy funds, and then there's 5 employees listed. And then also on the attachment, I did the monthly financial statements and treasurer's report for the first time. That's for May 31st. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Now, at this one, for the month end, so when do we do the end of the year financial?
I'm in the process of doing that right now.
Do you have a rough idea when you might share that with us?
Well, I can give you a treasurer's report for June 30th, maybe the next time that we meet. I'm in the process of doing the financial statements, the beginning phase of it, to get the journal entries and to get the accounts right. But I think in the next few weeks, I could get you one for June 30th.
Well, what we, Ray, would like for you to do, and I'm sure Mr. Mickey will share that with you, at that point to come and make your presentation. Typically, our department heads come once a month and meet and present to us. And whenever that might be, you know, whether you'll be ready to do that at this time, maybe it'll take a while, I don't know.
To actually get the financial statements done, they don't have to be turned in till the end of I think, September 28th this year. So if you wanted me to do something at the end of September, I could give you the whole, or maybe the first meeting in October. go over the financial statements.
Now, when June the 30th comes and we close out this fiscal year, we'd like to know how we stand in various line on, what our, balance may be, I don't know the technical
Okay.
terms, and where we stand financially. As we all know, some people have had, some counties have had issues with that. Luckily, and I think due to some close scrutinizing and watching in finance, we haven't had that, and we know you'll continue that too. But we just like to, it gives us the opportunity to, maybe if we have a question about a particular service that we get, because in the past, legal services was one that was always, we always looked at a lot, and we'd kind of see where we stood, and we'd compare how we spent one year versus the previous one, or something like that. It just gives us an idea of how much money we're spending on these various line items, and at the same time to see how we stand at the end of the fiscal year as far as, in the surplus, and we don't want to ever hear that word, in the deficit. But, whatever's, you speak with Mr. Vick, if you all can arrange
I'll talk
whatever,
to Mr. Vick.
that's a good time. But I just wanted to point, that's something that we like, in addition to getting these, especially at the end of the fiscal year, we like to, kind of, and you present something to us, and it can be done in this format, it can be done in a presentation mode, whatever how you like to do that. It
Okay.
gives us the opportunity to ask questions too.
Okay. We'll work on that.
All right. Okay, anybody have anything else in finance? Okay, if not then, is that an all yes on the three items of finance? Okay. Personnel, motion please. Make the motion, Carol seconds. And Mr. Moon.
Okay, I want to make sure I laid a revised one up there that says revised on top of it. And once again, appreciate you letting us come in, because that's a big process of us getting people hired. Appreciate that. Item A, employment of short, long-term substitute professional personnel. Item B, employment of professional personnel pending FBI, CIF clearance and issuance of certification. Item C, employment of professional personnel. Item D, transfer of professional personnel. Item E, employment of service personnel. Item F, transfer of service personnel. Item G, employment of extracurricular personnel. Item H, retirement / resignations. And also Christy Hudson had requested a leave of absence due to her husband going to Georgia to work, but he's going back to Louisville now, so she's coming back, so we want to rescind her leave of absence for this school year. And also, I gave you a handout here. What's in red is positions that are vacant that we will be posting tomorrow. And some of these positions are due to people that's transferred on the agenda tonight. So at Midway, we have a 5th grade and a 1st grade, and we're still looking at the 6th grade, or the 3rd grade over 6 over. At Duval, we have a math we need to repost, a PK job. Lane Pritchard went to Ranger, and Emily Brunfield went to Title I in the grade there. In science, we have some applications. We haven't had a chance to interview them, so we'll be doing that and have that next week. Hamlin's okay. We're monitoring. We've talked to Ms. Ferguson. We will come next week and request that we hire an additional 3rd grade teacher, because we know we're 11 over there right now. So we'll come next week and request that. That was one of those that when it was personnel season, we said, well, we're going to go ahead and cut them, but we know we may have to put back. That was one of those positions. West Hamlin, grades 1 7 over, grade 5 4 over. Still working with John to make sure none of those are retainees or anything. Guy Valley, we have an English, we have applicants, but due to people being on vacation, they're interviewing tomorrow for the English position. We have a math position at Guy Valley, because the math teacher there transferred to West Hamlin as a titled teacher. Ranger is okay. At Harts, we have a special ed and a health and PE that we posted, no one applied for. At the high school, we have 4 special ed teachers, will need to be reposted. Business education, we thought, we posted that 3 times, we thought sure somebody with apply for that. We haven't had any qualified applicants for it. The public safety position, people are on vacation, and all the interviews haven't been completed, and we will have that next week. The social studies jobs due to Dustin Lambert leaving and going to Pocahontas County, got a principal's job up there.
These are all of the vacancies that we have, is that?
In red's what we need to post, yes, sir, that we're still working on.
Now, plus the one at Hamlin, third grade.
Yes, that one we definitely know we're gonna have to hire.
So what are we gonna have to establish or create it next time?
Yeah, we'll have to get your permission to post it at the next board
Create
meeting.
the position and post it.
These are there. I think he's done the legwork and verified, I'm still in the community, so.
And the special ed positions, Mr. King and I went to job fairs this year, West Virginia State, Boone County, Marshall. Sunday I was in here, 18 people were special ed certified, didn't get one. A lot of them's already been hired in other counties, Kanawha, Cabell, some of them was over in Ohio, but we'll keep working at it and try to get the best people we can in those positions.
This, I mean, this doesn't seem tremendously poor, I mean, bad right now, does it? I mean,
No,
this many vacancies.
no, and the real concerns I have is the high school, the four special ed.
Yeah.
That's the big concern right now. And possibly the math at Guy Valley, but I think we have a plan for there, so. No, it's not, and we're hoping after what happened in Boone County that some of those will apply now. Of course, we had one hired at Midway, and they called today and wanted to be pulled, they was gonna stay in Boone County. We couldn't understand that, that had, what was it, 5 years experience there?
Yeah.
So if they didn't get cut this year, they'll probably get cut next year.
Okay, anybody think of anything else, Bill? Nothing is done all, yes, on the personnel items as presented? All right. Down to comments concerning board members. Anybody have anything? Well then, Mr. Mickey.
Turn to Mr. Mickey. All right, let's talk about one of our favorite subjects, that's Lincoln County High School football. But you know, we're gonna have to scale back on that project as a result of the single bid that we received for $500,000. I was on the phone and a couple of times last week with Dave Ferguson, also emailed back and forth with him 2 or 3 times. He is right now working on a new set of specs for us to put out to bid that would include a crowned football field with all other areas, including where eventually a track would be, would all be level on grade, all sown in grass. He is going to include, because he's concerned, Mr. Wilkes, like you, about the soil condition, he is going to include an addendum with this bid that would include, or asking for an alternate. Why did I get that addendum? I think it was said somewhere along the way, and thank you. Blame it on you. So there is an alternate proposal that he's going to put out there for bid that would include topsoil over the entire area over there. The whole, everything, all of it. So he hopes to have that ready. Actually, he told me he hoped to have it ready by the end of this week. So.
We've been advertising for a couple of weeks.
Put it back out there. See what we get.
Keep trying. Maybe eventually, if we work this out, it'll be in the right season for grass. Right, Mr. Bobby? You're our expert now.
He is our expert. That's all I have, other than I would request an executive session to give you an update on some grievances we have out there.
Prior to doing it, I'd just like to announce, as you see, when we adjourn, our next regular meeting will be on July the 26th at 1 o'clock here at the board office. But also, as I'm sure all of the board members this week have known, on Monday, July the 25th, there's a statutory regional meeting that'll be held at the St. Mary's Conference Center in Huntington. that'll begin at 6 o'clock. And Ms. Howe will be putting out that notification that's required in the next day or two. But we will be, so it'll be Monday in Huntington and then back here on Tuesday. Okay, Mr. Meekip is requesting an executive session regarding grievances, which would be a personnel type executive session. What's your pleasure? Anybody have a motion to that effect? Mr. Bacon made a motion. Second by Mr. Wilkerson. All yes? Yes. All yes, okay.